HarperCollins and HarperAudio present The Spy Who Knew Too Much, an ex-CIA officer's quest through a legacy of betrayal, by Howard Blum. Read by Steve Hendrickson. For Phil Werber, my good buddy since way back when, and Leonard Novins, in memory. There's no such thing as a former spy. A KGB wisdom. On the second day, a sail drew nearer, and picked me up at last. It was the devious, cruising Rachel that in her retracing search after her missing children only found another orphan. Herman Melville, Moby Dick. A note before we begin. For a cast of characters and notes on sources, don't forget to download the accompanying enhancement PDF from your audiobook provider, or go directly to harpercollins.com/pages/The Spy Who Knew Too Much. A note to the reader. In this book, my intention is to reveal one of the last great secrets of the Cold War. It is also the true story of one spy's quest through a legacy of betrayals to solve this mystery. And to accomplish both these goals, I relied on not only previously classified government documents, memoirs, interviews with both present and past officers in the intelligence services, but also, most helpfully, conversations with individuals who were intimately connected to the characters who animate this story. A complete chapter-by-chapter sourcing appears at the end of this book. But let me also share another advisory. When the hero of this story, Pete Bagley, knew he was dying, he wrote to a friend. In the future, an alert journalist or historian, inspired by some new revelation, may remember one or another of these old ghosts and dig deeper to lay them to rest. And that's what I set out to do in the pages that follow. H.B. Prologue. The Weight of Guilt. Guilt is a heavy burden. It weighs down on the heart, an unremitting punishment. Yet she did not try to escape the pain or find excuses to wiggle out of the blame. Instead, she acknowledged her complicity. There were things she might have done that could have made a difference. That's the definition of guilt, she discovered, knowing all you should have done. It didn't matter that she had not been in the car that night. It didn't matter that the accident occurred at the exit that led to the main entrance of the Central Intelligence Agency, or that this was where her husband worked, and where she had worked too. All that mattered was that a young, handsome boy, her son's best friend, had been killed. In the terrible aftermath, she'd blamed her husband too. It hadn't been his fault. He had played no role in the night's heartbreaking events. And yet, she knew, as any wife would know, that he'd created the reckless world that had inevitably bred this tragedy. Full of rage, raw with shame, after nearly 2 decades of marriage, she had demanded a divorce. And with her anger, she had driven him into the arms of her best friend. She now saw that it was all her own doing. As things had become undone, she'd capriciously kept yanking the dangling threads. And in the end, her life had unraveled. Her punishment, a ceaseless, unabated guilt. But all her guilt was nothing, no, less than nothing, when measured against the pain caused by the new, sinister knowledge that had taken hold of her life. It had the power to change everything that had come before, to turn long-accepted truths into lies. It was a very dangerous secret. But she knew it could not be shared. She did not dare.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?